Hi guys, Total Card Players here, and I am Total Card Player Trick, and today I will be going over my Korvold Fae-Cursed King Magic Commander deck. This is the first Magic Commander deck profile, so I'm going to quickly run how it's going to go through. I'm going to explain the commander and how the deck works, then I will go through each card and their individual types, and that will be it for you. So anyways, thank you so much for the support. Please like and subscribe for more content. If you want to see more commander decks, just let me know in the comments. But anyways, let's start off with Korvold. So Korvold is a legendary creature dragon noble who's a 4/4 flyer. He costs 2 colorless, a black, a red, and a green. And whenever Korvold Fae-Cursed King enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. So that's the idea of the deck. You're going to be aggroing and then Voltroning. So whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Korvold and draw a card. So the idea is you're going to sacrifice a lot of permanents, and you're going to out-advantage your opponents really quickly into the beginning of the game. He may cost 5, but it's not hard to quickly get him out, and then out-advantage your opponents really quickly. He may be a 4/4, but how it works, he's going to give you some draw advantage, and he's going to get counters. You're going to keep sacrificing, and using some of your creatures, you're going to poke at your opponent's health, and then you're going to use Korvold Fae-Cursed King to just end it all Voltron strategy, or just kill them with commander damage. So anyways, that is how the deck works. He is also a very beautiful card. I'm just going to pull him out of the sleeve real quick so you guys can just see that artwork. Sometimes you just gotta love certain foils in MTG. But yes, he's a beautiful card, and he is powerful as heck, and he is a top tier commander in my opinion, and he's not even all that expensive. So I do suggest, if you're looking for a nice commander, I suggest going for Korvold. But anyways, let's get started into the deck now that I've explained it. So we have a Mayhem Devil. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, any player, deal 1 damage to any target. Zulaport Cutthroat. Whenever another creature dies, you gain a life, your opponent loses 1. Vindictive Vampire, same exact thing. Judith the Scourge Diva. Whenever non-token creature control dies, Judith deals 1 damage. And then we have Sword Conrad the Grim. Whenever another creature dies, or a card is put anywhere into the graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, you'll deal 1 damage. So this is all your damage outlet right here. Each of these will poke your opponent, so Korvold can just swoop in and kill them with big commander damage. So these are very beautiful cards. These are the main keys. You do want to see these often, because you're gonna have to really horribly, you're gonna struggle to actually succeed with Voltron strategy with Korvold. But it can be really powerful, and you will probably keep these on field for a bit, and they really deal a lot of damage, especially something like Sir Conrad, and you'll be gaining just a bit of life, but it's still good overall. We have things like Doom Necromancer. You're gonna start returning and recurring things. Ignite Chewer for the invoking ability. You're going to destroy artifacts, then he's automatically going to be sacrificed to the invoking cost. So you're really never going to pay him his 5 mana cost. You're just going to pay that 1 red. 1 Burnished Heart. Standard sacrifice. You get 2 basic lands onto the battlefield tapped. 1 Plague Crafter. Really good. Each player has to sacrifice a creature planeswalker who can't discards, but most of the time you'll probably use him for the sacrifice, nothing else. Quagmire Druid, really good. Tap a green, sacrifice creatures to a target enchantment. So that can help you get through like a lot of things, like something that's just like blocking you from even playing out of existence. And then you also have Butcher of Malakir. Butcher of Malakir is also a key card in the deck, because Butcher of Malakir or another creature dies, each opponent must sacrifice a creature. No, that's good. Because what's going to happen is, if your opponent's starting to like get you down a bit, he's killing your creatures. And then Butcher Malakir just punishes your opponent for actually dealing something to you, which is why Butcher Malakir is a beautiful card in the deck. Next, we have 1 Slum Reaper, because each player has to sacrifice a creature. Spring Bloom Druid, because you have to sacrifice a land. Sucker Tribe Elder, because you have to sacrifice Sucker Tribe Elder, plus its mana ramp. Thrashing Brontodon, because he's cheap, and he only costs 1 to sacrifice, and you're destroying artifacts or enchantments, so you can destroy things like Mana Ramp or just big artifacts. Then we have Shattergang Brothers. sacrificing abilities that can really get rid of some things. And lastly, my favorite sacrifice out of the deck, Charon Feeder. Now, Charon Feeder can't block, and he's the one who costs the black. But it's that last box of text right there that makes him so good. Because if you sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Charon Feeder. Now, if we think about it right there, that is powerful as heck. Charon Feeder is going to get so much off of him, especially if you're going to start sacrificing turns to his ability, and his ability has no end until you decide to stop it. And what's going to happen is he's going to be getting big, and if you have Korvold ult, and you have your token creation going, Korvold is just going to give you so much advantage, getting you more draw power, and they're both just going to become big boys in the end together. So that is all your sacrificing engines that let you sacrifice in the creature section. We have a Sekuar Deathkeeper. Sorry if I butcher his name. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you can put a 3/1 black and red Greyborn creature token with haste onto the battlefield. Then we have Sprouting Trinax. Whenever he dies, you create 3 sapling tokens. One of my favorite dragons, Rapturous Dragon. When he enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. Gluttonous Troll. When Gluttonous Troll enters the battlefield, create a number of food tokens equal to the number of opponents you have. So if you're playing with a lot of people, you can easily get 3 food tokens, which is really good. Then we have Savvy Hunter. Whenever Savvy Hunter attacks or blocks, you can create a food token, and we sacrifice 2 food tokens, you draw a card. So what's good about Savvy Hunter is that you can sacrifice, you draw a card, and if Korvold's out, he's going to get 2 counters, and you're actually going to get 3 draws in total just through that single ability and that single card with Korvold on the field. So that's actually really good. Next, we have Indrik Sar Master Breeder. I'm going to keep butchering these names a bit, sorry. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put X 1/1 black throw creature tokens on the battlefield where X's spells convert mana cost. So that's really good, and when you control 7 or more throws, sacrifice him. So once you're really just this is really easy to do, you can get him to 11 or sometimes even 18 maybe, which I did before. He's going to sacrifice himself, and then Korvold's going to be yeah, let me just kill you. I got all your tokens. So that's really good. Then we have Chittering Witch. When your battlefield, create black rat tokens equal to the number of opponents you have, so max 3 maybe, most likely. Then you have Dragonlair Spider. Dragonlair Spider is a really key token creator because whenever an opponent casts a spell, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. So that's good because if you're playing in a group of people, which is likely, they're going to keep playing spells, of course. They're not going to not play spells unless they really want to dodge to this. But most of the time, you will probably get off of getting at least 2 or 3 or 4 a turn unless they're doing really badly. So other than that, you should likely pull this off very often. And my favorite token creator is Mitoic Slime. Mitoic Slime is a beautiful token creator because when he dies, you create 2 ooze tokens, right? So here, that's 2 tokens on your field. And then, whenever those tokens die, they create 2 1/1 ooze tokens. So if he dies, that's 1. If both tokens dies, that's additional 4. So in total, you can get at least 7 +1/+1 counters and 7 draws having Korvold and just sacrificing this card and all those tokens. And all you really need is your Charon Feeder and Mitoic Slime and Korvold to even successfully do that, which is what's insane about the token side of the deck, and it's really just what makes this deck powerful. How many times they just sacrifice and how big he'll get in just a single turn is highly insane. And yeah, so that is the token section. Mana, Land War Elves. Elves of the Deep Shadow. Give you black mana and green mana. Squee the Immortal, because Squee can, you may cast Squee from Graveyard to Exile, so you can just keep killing him if you want. Actually, what's funny is if you have a lot of mana, you can probably cast him 3 times in a single round, and just kill him with Charon Feeder, and Charon Feeder will get 3 counters, Korvold will get 3 counters, and you'll get 3 draws, so that works really well. Then we have Reassembling Skeleton, who will go along with that. Yeah, he costs cheaper, so sometimes I like to open it Reassembling Skeleton more than Squee, because Skeleton's way cheaper. Then you also have things like Captivating Crew, because you get to gain control of target creature, and then you can just really stop some things, which is really good about it. Then you have Woolen Champion, because all the token creation is insane, and there's a lot of recursion in the deck, so Woolen Champion could get even bigger than Korvold, which is not likely, but can happen still. Then you have Golgari Findbroker, some of the recursion in the deck, because recursion is always good in a deck like this, especially since you're going to be killing all your things, and you're going to just start to out-advantage things. And then you have the Death-Bringing Thotkar. Thotkar is just good because he'll just become a big fat creature, and if you just remove a +1/+1 counter, you deal 1 damage to a player. So really, he's also part of the damage outlay. He's gonna gain counters because you're killing creatures. And actually, what's good about it is that it doesn't have to be your creatures. It can be your opponent's creatures. If you kill those creatures, he'll gain those counters, and you're just gonna poke out your opponent. So that's why Death-Bringing Thotkar is a good card. So that is it for the creature size. We have Regrowth, Recursion, Unearth, Recursion, Blood for Bones, my favorite card in here that's related to Recursion, because Blood for Bones, you have to sacrifice a creature, not only do that, but you return a card to the battlefield, and then you return another one to your hand, which is why Blood for Bones is such a good card. Then you have Mass Mutiny. Mass Mutiny is a good card, because really what you're going to do is, if you realize like you're getting somewhere, but you need to like take down defenses, or you just want to steal their cards so you can like try to kill one of them or both of them, really just steal everything from your opponent. So Mass Mutiny is a good card. Then we have Taste of Blood, Taste of Death. Taste of Death is a good card because not only does everyone have to sacrifice their creatures, so Korvold's going to get big, other things will get big, you're going to create 3 food tokens. Food tokens can either give you life if you want, or you can just sack them to something else, which is why Taste of Death is a powerful card. Then we have Blood Divination. What's good about this is that you have to sacrifice, but you draw 3 cards, which is worth the mana cost in sacrificing, especially for this deck. Pirate Spillage. You must discard card, but you draw 2 cards and create 2 tokens, so that discard is like completely pointless, especially since you're going to sacrifice tokens right there. Growth Spasm. Search a library for basic land card, put onto battlefield, and then you'll create a Jolly Spawn creature token, which is why this is in here, because that token will die, and you're also getting mana ramp. And lastly, we have Fine or Finality. Fine for a black or green, twice. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your hand. Finality for 4 colorless, a black and a green. You may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a target creature control. On a creature it doesn't target. Then all creatures get -4/-4 until end turn. So you actually could board wipe with Finality, but Fine's also a really good one. Usually I use the Fine over Finality because Finality has this insane cost that doesn't really need to be used that much. And that is it for sorceries. Since we have Harrow, every deck that has to use sacrifice should run Harrow, because you're sacrificing land, you're gonna get 2 lands. Boom. Altar's Reap, because you have to sacrifice a creature and you're drawing 2 cards for 2 mana, that's powerful. Fling, because you're gonna start dealing damage and you're sacrificing. Big into a Pie, because you're destroying creatures and you're gonna give yourself a food token. And Death Sprout, because you're getting land while blowing up creature. So really, these are all your instants. Really, these 3 are the most important. These 2, you can swap out for anything you want, but these 3 must be in the deck, I suggest, because Fling has come in handy numerous times. Altar's Reap is just a lot of advantage, and Harrow is mana ramp, and you're sacrificing at the same time. So it's really just benefits with these 3, and these 2 you can just use. So if anything, just replace these 2 in the deck if you want to make some changes. And that is it. Font of Fertility for ramp and sacking. Seal of Primordium for sacrificing. Uvenwalt Mysteries for token creation. Lots of token creation. And then Moldravine Reclamation, because you're going to be sacrificing a lot, and this includes tokens, so you're probably going to be gaining a lot of life and drawing a card, and then Korvold's going to be drawing you the same amount and getting +1/+1s, so the advantage between these 2 are just insane. Quickly. Blood Soaked Altar, because 2 life is pointless, especially since you have life gain in the deck and you don't really care. You have to sacrifice a creature, that's perfectly fine, discard card, doesn't matter, because if it's really good, it's that you're going to create a 5/5 black demon with flying, and that's insane. It's really big too. Then we have Witch's Oven for sacrificing and token creating. Golden Egg for draw power and mana or life power and sacking. And then all your mana artifacts include Rakdos Cluestone, Golgari Cluestone, Grow Cluestone, and your lockets, Rakdos Locket, Golgari Locket, and Grow Locket. Really, because all the lockets can be sacrificed in Silken Cluestones, so there's really no big difference between them. But they're just good to run. They're mana extenders, and they can be sacrificed to effects or abilities, or just their own mana costing sacrificing. So I say it's a really good thing to run in the deck. Alright, onto lands. 1 command tower. Standard. Every time you're running any commander with more than 1 color, run command tower. Always necessary in the deck. Alright, tap lands include Golgari Guildgate, Gruul Guildgate, Rakdos Guildgate, Rugged Highlands, you gain a life, Foul Orchard, Jungle Hollow, you also gain a life, and lastly, Bloodfell Caves, because you're also getting a life. So these are all the tap lands you'll be running. Tap lands are always necessary because it gives you more color options, so do not take any of these out or for granted. Sack lands, Terramorphic Expanse, Evolving Wilds, don't need to explain these, standard. Cryptic Caves, because you can sacrifice it and draw a card. Grim Backwoods, sacrifice and draw a card. June Panorama, fetching. Rocky Tar Pit, sacking, even more fetching. And Memorial to Folly for recursion. So that's really it. A lot of fetching right here, or recursion, or just sacking, which is good. Bounce lands, Rakdos Canarium, Gruul Turf, Golgari Rod Farm. That's it for the bounce lands. Standard. Alright, on to basic lands. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 swamps in total. 8 swamps. 8 swamps is highly good because compared to things like mountains, green and black you'll use the most. So you want to see those more than red, but you still want to see red just a bit, which is why you're going to see a weird difference in numbers in the lands. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, same amount for the forest, 8 forests. Like I said, there's a good reason. I'm about to expand that in just a minute. Lastly, 4 mountains. Alright, here comes the reason why I run more. Because if we just go quickly skim through the deck, you only see like hints of red, really. You really don't need to see these at all, because you'll have like your tap lanes and stuff and your fetch lanes. And really, you want to see more of these because you have more options and more cards that need these for the sacrifice engine compared to the red, which is why there's a weird awkward difference where this is half of what's green or black is. So that's just really what I want to explain, because I know it's a little bit weird and often awkward. So I just thought that would be a good explanation for you guys. Alright guys, we have approached the end of the video. I know that was really quick. I know that most guys like take forever in their MTG Commander deck list, and I didn't want to do that for you guys. I want to get you guys a nice distance video. You can roam through it if you miss anything. I went through card by card. Let me know if you want to see any more Commander decks, or just anything in general, any Yu-Gi-Oh decks and Commander. Just let me know in comments. Please leave a like and subscribe. I hope you guys like this deck list. It is one of the best commanders and one of my favorite commanders in all. I will be giving you more commander deck lists coming soon, but this is what you'll see first. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Total Card Players out. Bye.